Alright, back again, and this is a video doing an unboxing of the new 3DS XL. I had to trade in my Wii U to get this because I don't really have any money right now. But I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter and I need a second DS so I can play with friends. This is my regular 3DS XL. I also have 2 copies of the game, by the way. And I just wanted to get the new one because it's got the extra features and it's supposed to have slightly brighter screen too. Just little things. It's not going to change the game in any way really. I mean, the C stick will help with the camera, but overall I just wanted those slight improvements, and then I'm going to let my friends use the other one to play with me. So I'm going to unbox it, and also I'll compare the screens because I do want to see what the brightness looks like comparing them. So go ahead and unbox it. It's a fairly small box. You do not get a charger. Everyone already knows that from all the outrage over it. But you have to buy that. I got one at GameStop. I think this is their own version. It was about $10, so you can get one for about 10. When you open it, it's very bare bones. You got your AR cards, which they always give with 3DS or any DS type console. Yeah, it looks like it's the same ones they always give. I've got like 2 or 3 sets of those now. And then there's the instruction booklet. It's pretty thin. Probably just basic setup information. And then here is the console. Where's the flap? There it is. Hopefully you can hear me. My voice is probably kind of muffled. I don't talk very loudly. So, there it is. It's an interesting black, like it's more almost like a charcoal gray, because when you look at them side by side you can definitely see the new 3DS has a shinier, more of a gray exterior. The old 3DS is a matte black, whereas this one's a little bit glossier. And you probably can't see it on camera, but it has like a texture of lines within the plastic. I don't know if that's visible or not. It's really, you would only see it by eyesight in person, but there is a slight texture underneath the gloss. I think it's just decorative. You don't feel it or anything. There's the back of it. And you got the new Z trigger things. They're very small, but I kind of expected that. See what it feels like holding it. It's not that bad, and this actually feels more comfortable to hold to me, so that's good. Open it up. Now button wise, one thing I can see already I'm going to enjoy is the A, B, and X, Y buttons are slightly larger on the new 3DS. That is a big issue for me because on the old 3DS they never felt quite large enough for me. These feel nice. Feels more like an actual controller to me. Looks like the analog stick, yeah, they're the exact same size. Same for the directional pad. The C stick, oh interesting, it's more like one of those old mouse buttons. Like on early laptops before they had touchpads, they had a little rubber nub that was the mouse control. That's what the C stick feels like. So it doesn't rotate like the analog does. It just is a nub that you push on with your finger. It doesn't really feel like it moves much. That, like, I didn't know it was going to be like that, so that's kind of interesting. I can't wait to see how that feels. So I'll go ahead and power it on if it comes charged on the bottom. Yeah. So they moved the power button. Oh, there's my reflection in the camera. That's how glossy everything is. It's like a mirror. It's just gonna have setup stuff. Alright, let's compare the screens on these. They're both on screen brightness 4, and in the camera, it's probably not going to be visible, but I can already see the pixels are sharper on the new 3DS. Just little details in the logo are slightly sharper. But I'm going to start up the game and let the opening cinematic play. Just looking at them in person, like the camera may not show it, but there's definitely a vibrancy and color on the new 3DS that you just don't see on the other. The other one has a slightly washed out look. Obviously you wouldn't notice it, like if you just had the 3DS XL, it would look fine as is, but when you see them side by side, the new 3DS XL does look a lot better to me. So I do like the sharpness and the brightness. I don't know what they did. I heard it was something to do with the pixels. They just somehow they sharpened them or brightened them, but I don't know exactly what the details are. But yeah, it improved it for sure. So that's one other benefit to it. But anyway, I tested the game out in between these videos, and the C-Stick is definitely a nice feature. I'll try to jump in real quick and just get into a map. So here we go. So, oh, you know what? One irritating thing is that you have to change the settings every time unless you fix that in the opening menu. Let me get this. Probably needs to be sharpened or focused. There we go. So I have to go to options and tell it that I'm using it, what they call CirclePad Pro. It's just the equivalent of if you had that. So then the C-Stick starts working. But normally you would use, you know, these arrows or the D-pad to control the camera. And it gets really cumbersome, especially with how heavy the 3DS is. So the main benefit to this C-Stick, this gray nub here, is that you can be using attack buttons running around and then just use this to orient the camera how you need. And it's pretty intuitive and simple. You don't have to press too terribly hard on it. I find it interesting that it doesn't really move, you just kind of push on it. Like it moves slightly, but it's nowhere near like this, like the analog. So that's kind of an interesting part or aspect of it, but it works pretty good. When I saw pictures of how small it was, I was worried it would be kind of a gimmick and not very usable, but it's perfect the way it is, so no complaints really. It's definitely going to improve my gameplay for sure, because almost every mistake I make in a fight on this game has to do with me trying to mess with these controls over here when I need to be running. So now I can run and control the camera. That's the main benefit. And I don't have to reach down here. Like my thumb is always near the attack button, so that's good. That's basically it. Other benefits maybe would be just the positioning of everything, like the headphone port has been changed. And the sliders, that's another good thing they changed. The volume used to be right by the analog stick, and your thumb tended to hit it. So if you're playing somewhere and you want it to be quiet, a lot of time I would accidentally jack the volume way up. So now it's up here and there's no way you would ever accidentally hit that. There's nothing right here to hit, so that's good. Let's see, they didn't change. Now, okay, Wi-Fi, there is no Wi-Fi switch anymore. I think it's done through the menus now. So that's one other change they made. The only obnoxious change that I don't like is the SD card used to be right there on the side. I don't know, there's a little opening. They took that away, and now the SD card is a micro SD. It's located right about here inside the back case, which you have to unscrew 2 screws to get to and take out. Now normally you wouldn't, I don't really ever think I'll need to take it out, but it's just really obnoxious that you have to take the whole back case off to get to it. So that's the only complaint I really have so far. But overall, the weight difference, the new 3DS is definitely lighter, and it holds, something about it feels like it may be slightly thicker, or just the positioning of buttons is better for a grip. So I like, something about it feels better to hold. I think it will be a lot less stressful on my hands. So overall, I do like it. It's definitely worth the upgrade, especially if you play Monster Hunter, but even for other games it is. So definitely check it out. I would say if you have a 3DS and you're wanting to trade it in, it would be worth it, but you might just save up some money and wait a while. You never know if they're going to release like another special edition of the new 3DS, but otherwise just go ahead and get it now. And that's it. I'm going to be making tons more Monster Hunter videos, so always come back and check for those. I'll see you guys next time.